Howdy, y'all. Good afternoon. How was your Boxing Day? Relaxing? Oh, mine was pretty relaxing yesterday. Didn't do too much. I wasn't gonna cook, but I ended up making some pasta last night. It's really good. Hey, Terry. Good afternoon. Yeah, hopefully you had a good day, huh? I did end up cooking last night. I ate too much. Really good pasta dish I made. And we went over to Greenville Avenue, man. It was a gorgeous day. Shorts and t-shirts. It's a little cloudy today. It's supposed to get sunny later. But yeah, there was a lot of people out shopping and just going to the restaurants. And it was nice. We're supposed to get cold weather. Blue sky and chilly there, Terry. I've been reading all about where you live, Terry. I'm going to talk about Somerset. Yeah, I looked up your city. I learned a lot about it. Hello, Sue. Haven't seen you in the live stream since you became a member. Thank you. Hope you had a great Christmas. We were just talking about yesterday, Boxing Day. Hopefully yours was relaxing too. So I don't know if you noticed, you haven't been in the live stream since you joined the membership, but if you look at your perks, you'll see a link to the American Reacts Facebook page. In case you're on Facebook and you want to join that, over there, I only share that with the members. Anyone can find it if they look, but there's a link to the Facebook page if you're on Facebook. I post things over there about the channel and about other stuff I'm interested in. I've had the family staying busy. Oh man, it's understandable. I mean, tune in whenever you want, or watch whatever videos you like, whenever you get to it. But sorry. Yeah, I hope your Christmas was good, Sue. Just telling you a couple things. So yeah, we're going to talk about Somerset today. Terry and Ben are from Somerset. Nathan's from Bristol nearby. Sue, you are up in the northwest, I believe. Right. Or is that Kim? No, Sue, you're from Essex, formerly a Yorkshire lass. Sorry. Kim and Sue are just 2 3-letter names I sometimes mix up. I believe Kim. Essex, yeah. All right. I'm sorry, I forgot for a minute. Kim is up from north of Newcastle. Yeah, you live in Essex, formerly a Yorkshire lass, right? Anyway, I might do one of these live streams probably about, maybe about Yorkshire. And maybe one about, is that Northumberland, I think, where Kim is from. I don't know. Well, she's not a member, but for the members, I'm kind of doing y'all's areas in the live stream. Choppy is from Newcastle. They're a member, so I might do that area as well. But today, Somerset. Y'all know y'all have a flag in Somerset? Yeah, Yorkshire. So yeah, I probably, maybe tomorrow or the next day, I'll do Yorkshire. I've been looking up Somerset. Yeah, they got a flag there. Do you know what your flag looks like, Terry? Apparently it hasn't been, you haven't had a flag very long since maybe, I think it said 5 or 10 years ago. I don't know if they have a flag in Yorkshire. Maybe they do. I looked it up. It's like a yellow background with the red dragon on the flag of Somerset. Kind of interesting. I looked up a lot about Somerset. Doing a lot of research about Somerset. I do the same about Sioux. I was going to talk about my channel just for a brief minute. I've been going 2 months now. It's not going, I mean, it started out really great. Now it's going really slow. It's a nice flag there, yeah. Yeah, I looked it up. I saw a picture of it. Apparently, like, originally, the county council emblem was the same, but the dragon was holding a mace. And for the flag, they, for some reason, eliminated the mace. The dragon seemed less violent if it's not holding a mace. I don't know why they took the mace out. The Yorkshire flag is blue background with a white rose. That makes sense. That makes sense. A white rose. That's the York. The House of York. White rose. Right? I'm assuming that's why it's on the flag. Blue background. Lancaster was the red rose, I believe, the House of Lancaster, right? The War of the Roses. Anyway, so yeah, I've been looking up a lot about Somerset. Yeah, the channel's really dragging. Y'all see that? I put out Wells and Chesil fishing, and one about a girl that lives in the U.S. and went back to visit North England. See, did you see that one? She went back to York and Durham, and but she lives after living in the U.S. for a year. They're doing okay. I mean, I don't know. I used to judge my videos on they did well if they got 1,000, but I almost never get 1,000 views anymore in my videos. I don't know why it slowed down so much. It's really slowed down. So coming soon, I mean, Westminster Abbey, Chilham Cathedral, those are up soon. There may be a few other videos mixed in there. States, Portsmouth, Exeter, probably Blackpool, Bournemouth, Brighton. These are all cities coming sooner. I'm gonna react to areas soon, like Wiltshire, Devon, Cornwall. I do have some stuff coming from Yorkshire also. Mainly I've noticed the areas that do the best are places, music, and culture. Those are the areas that actually get the most views. And then other areas I like, history, food, spooky stuff, literature, fishing. Those do less good. I don't know why. But every day I try to focus on at least one place, and probably my second focus would be culture and music. And things like hiking and national parks, they're hit or miss. Sometimes they do great. Sometimes they don't do good. So I don't know. What do I know? I don't know. We'll talk about the channel though and what's coming up. Yeah, I try different things because I'm always trying something new. And I'm gonna have some more Scotland stuff. I got another Sioux probably coming out today or tomorrow. Is Newcastle United. I don't know. It's a video I saw that's about. Do they call it the Battle of Bath? Now I can't remember. I'm about to watch it today though. Anyway, it's another Newcastle United football about a certain match. I don't know if it was against Bath or at Bath or something like that. Something to do with Bath. Anyway, Sue, maybe you know. But that video's coming out soon. I haven't watched it, but it caught my eye. It's a pretty recent video. Just came out like last month. Anyway, that's similar to where the channel is going. Did y'all see any of those? I assume, I think y'all saw probably the Wells one. I don't know. Just a fishing one. I might do more fishing. The fishing ones may end up on the members only. I know Ben likes fishing. So, and some of the other stuff I'll try to do for members only that are directed more at you, like Yorkshire. And oh, so you don't know much about football? That must be Kim. I'm sorry that I sometimes mix you two up. Your names aren't even close, except for they both have 3 letters. Kim is into football. She's a Newcastle fan. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'll quit doing that. I totally know the difference between you two. I don't know why. You ever have that where just like 2 3-letter names somehow in my brain they get mixed up? It makes no sense. But let's get into Somerset. I've been doing a lot of research, and I got a bunch of stuff pulled up on my page. Now, the first thing I like to do is I love maps. If I can see a map, I can in my head then remember and visualize that map again. Tell you watch all the ones, even you have less interest. I mean, that helps, Terry. I appreciate it, but if you're not interested in a certain video, I don't mind if you don't watch it. That doesn't hurt my feelings. You know, watch whatever you want, whenever you want. No big deal. So yeah, I like to look at maps first. It just really, really helps me to understand an area. I mean, I've looked at the map of Yorkshire. I look at the maps a lot. So first thing I did in checking out Somerset, now I already knew basically where it was on the map, but I just wanted to pull up a map just of Somerset. That helps me to see the layout and where everything is. And so that's always my step one. Now I did look up, you might be interested, you might not. Now Sue, we named our biggest after York, New York. But Somerset, we also incorporated. Oh, Sue, you've been to Somerset when you were young, you had a holiday there, where'd you go? How young were you? Do you remember? Is it one that sometimes I've been on trips, my parents tell me, I'm like, I don't know, I don't remember that. But hopefully you do. Where'd you go? I mean, Somerset, it's nice. And I feel like it's underrated because maybe Dorset and Cornwall nearby get a lot of the press or something. But Somerset is nice from what I've seen. Just like York. And I think Yorkshire has its own playlist, so does Somerset. But we did steal your name in the U.S. There are 23 cities or counties in the U.S. named Somerset. We did. I looked that up first. I looked at a map now. It's like, let me look and see. There is a Somerset in Texas. It's down by San Antonio. Now, when I react to a place like Wells, the smallest city in England, which I keep seeing a lot of the smallest cities. I don't know, but apparently Wells is the smallest city in England. And then they're like, there's 12,000 people that live there, said in the video. Well, it's not small. I mean, it's not a massive city, but 20,000 people or 12,000 people. I looked up Somerset, Texas, a city down in San Antonio. They have 1,700 people. That's small. That is a tiny town. They probably got like a convenience store. They might have a McDonald's. But yeah, that's small. Wells, 12,000. To me, that doesn't seem small. But I guess it's the way that y'all call a city or a village or a hamlet. Whereas we just call Somerset, Texas, that's a city. It's got 1,700 people. You do remember going to Dunster Castle, Sue? I don't know where Dunster Castle is. Is it in Dunster? Let me look on the map. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, let me know where that is. I want to know where Dunster Castle is. I don't see it on the map. I looked at a few maps. They were confusing. But this map is just, it doesn't show me castles. And I don't see a city named Dunster. Oh, yeah, let me know. Where's Dunster Castle? So, there's 23 cities or counties in the U.S. named Somerset. There is a city in Texas named Somerset. The largest city in the United States named Somerset, Somerset, Kentucky. They have 12,000 people. So it's about really the same size as Wells. Somerset, Kentucky, 12,000 people. You're not really sure, it might just be over the border with Devon. Ben's not here, I bet he knows. Something must have come up from Ben because he said he was going to be here. He's from Somerset and he lives over in that area near Dorset. Oh, Devon, you might be just over the border with Devon. Okay. I don't see it, but I'll look it up. No worries, if you don't know where Dunstan Castle is. The largest place in the U.S. named Somerset is a county in New Jersey. It was founded as a county in 1688. So it's been there a long time. And it is named after Somerset, England. I looked up Somerset, Kentucky, the city, the largest city, and asked what is it named after, and it said Somerset County, New Jersey. So somebody, Minehead, Somerset. Okay, I do see that on the map. I see Minehead. That's right on the coast. Minehead is right on the Bristol Channel, it says. Yep, okay. So you think it's near the north coast? I see Minehead. Yep. It's right there on the coast in a region called West Somerset, right bordering Devon. So that must be where Dunstan Castle is. So yeah, the largest city in the U.S., Somerset, Kentucky, is named after the largest county in the U.S., Somerset County, New Jersey. It's named after the place in New Jersey. Somebody from there moved to Kentucky and started a city. But the largest county in the U.S. is in New Jersey. Somerset, New Jersey is the largest place, named after Somerset. Founded in 1688 and named after your county. I don't know if you can. But so I'm looking at a map. I've seen your flag. It looks pretty cool. I see Yeovil, that's where Ben is from. It's on the Dorset border down there in South Somerset. And Clevedon, I'm going to assume that's pronounced Clevedon, where you're from, Terry, is in the northern part up near Bristol, but it's on the coast, right? I didn't realize that you were on the coast. I got some pictures, and it shows the coast. Clevedon, where you're from at, Terry. I looked up a bunch of stuff about it. You probably already know. It's in North Somerset. It lies along the Severn Estuary. Wayne's Hill, different spelling. Topped by the remains of an Iron Age hill fort. Okay, so it looks like it's been around, or at least mentioned as early as 1086 in the Domesday Book. It grew in the Victorian period as a seaside resort. So So you're right near the sea. I thought you were more inland. Now in the U.S., if you live near any coast, it's usually more expensive. Is that true? Like Ben lives inland in your county. Is it cheaper where he lives? Usually in the U.S., man, if you're on the coast, it's more expensive. Yeah, you're just near Weston Superman. I just thought you were a little more inland. I didn't realize you were right on the coast until I looked it all up. It comes from an Old English, cleave meaning, and dawn meaning hill. So that's where your name comes from. Two small rivers, Land Yo and Middle Yo. It says it changed from a farming village into a popular seaside town. You got a big pier there, right? Which opened in 1869. If you live right on the coast, why would you go to Weston Superman? Is it just more touristy there? Because at one point it said, y'all were a popular seaside town. I see the clock tower. It looks pretty nice. You got some good, yeah, I mean, there's some cool pictures on here. But yeah, I see right where you're at. I was looking for your population. How big is it there, Terry? Yeah, I see a clock tower. You got a clock tower right in your town center. And then it's telling me some of the geography, mentioning Marine Lake. This is kind of, I thought this picture, I don't know if you'll be able to see. But this is a tree that's just been like windswept from the coast and now it just grows in that direction. I was like, wow, you must get some wind there. Weston is a seaside resort, very busy in the summer. Yeah, I guess it's just more touristy there, people go there. It looks like you have a nice coast, but windy, huh? That tree was blown over. Now, you've got Cleveland Court is on Court Hill, east of the town center. This is one of your landmarks. Walton Castle, you have there. You have the castle there. 17th century fort on Castle Hill. Royal Pier Hotel. It says these are your landmarks. Cleveland Pier. Just learning about where you are from. Tomorrow, Sue, I'll probably do Yorkshire, if that's cool with you. I know you might be like, I don't know much about this. I always thought we should visit the village of Evercreech, given our name, okay? Yeah. Is that in Somerset? The village of Evercreech? You should. Someplace with your name in it, you should visit. Weston's superpopulation around 85,000, Terry says. I was looking for your population. I'm sure it says it here. I probably just skipped it. Usually it's at the very beginning. Oh, here it is, 21,000 in Cleveland. So it's much smaller than Weston Super. Yeah, Sue, I think I'll do Yorkshire tomorrow. You think you'll be here tomorrow, Sue? I mean, if you're going to be busy, I understand. But I'd like to do it sometime whenever you can join in the live stream. Let me know. Yeah, it says 21,000 is your population. See, again, I don't think of that as too small. It's not that small. I mean, it's small. Compared to Dallas or London or someplace like that. Yeah, Sue, you should go there to that place named after you, Evercreech. Yeah, that would be cool. Your ancestors maybe are from there, right? I don't think that is too small, 12,000. I don't know. I grew up in some towns that had like 2,000 people. That's small. But 12,000. When you grow up in a place that has 2,000 people, a town of 12,000, that's the big city. You're from South Yorkshire City. I mean, I can focus on that. You tell me which day you're going to be in the live stream. I'll do your area. Okay, so, and I'm going to move on from your city in just a second here because I want to talk about more Somerset. But a couple of things that caught my eye, because there's a lot of stuff here, is this. When I was researching it. Your husband's ancestors. Still, I mean, that's cool. You have children with your husband, I'm guessing. And so then that's your children's as ancestors there, right? Which is cool. I don't know. So here's what caught my eye about your city, Terry. Writers linked with the town include Samuel Taylor Coleridge, who spent some months in a cottage in Clevedon after his marriage to Sarah Fricker. William Makepeace Thackeray, a frequent guest of the Elton family at Clevedon Court, and George Gissing, who wrote The Odd Woman, is set there. Here's a little bit. The final scene of a 1993 movie, The Remains of the Day, starring Anthony Hopkins. He's Welsh. Emma Thompson and Christopher Reeve refers to Clevedon, where it was filmed. The Remains of the Day. Let's see. Clevedon has its own comic book superhero, Captain Clevedon. Is that true? That's what it says. It also says scenes from the 2010 film Never Let Me Go, starring Keira Knightley. She's easy on the eyes. Were filmed in Clevedon in the summer of 2009. Did you know any of that, Terry? Here's some notable people from there. As I said, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. I'll just see if there's any one of these I recognize that are from there. No, that's the only one. Jack Butland, born 1993, England international and Stoke City football goalkeeper. I just don't know. I don't know these people. It was filmed in Weston and Cleveland, Terry says. So that's a little bit about your town. Yeah, something must have come up with Ben because I did a whole bunch of research about, Keira Knightley film. I'm a fan of Keira Knightley. And I did some research about where Ben's from, Yeovil, but probably going to skip over that. And I'm going to go back to the map that I was looking at, okay? And so I see it's divided up into regions or areas like West Somerset, Taunton Deane, South Somerset, Sedgemoor, Mendip, and then it says Bath and Northeast Somerset, and then North Somerset, where you're from, Terry. So those are the areas that it shows me. Now Ben lives down in South Somerset, along the Dorset area. And I see some like villages that kind of caught my eye down there, like Whitechurch, Cudworth, Hastings. Are these any places I should look into? And I see Glastonbury, where the festival is in the region called Mendip, as well as Frome, which I feel like I should look into, right? If there's any place in Somerset you feel like I should look into, like maybe Dunster Castle, I'll look that up. But I feel like Frome might be one, right? I keep hearing about Frome. And I'll probably react to the Glastonbury Festival at some point. That's in the region called Mendip. Now Sedgemoor, it has Burham on the Sea. Kind of stands out. Yeah, Glastonbury Festival is famous around the world, Terry. Maybe when it comes around, I'll react to it. You always got people with festivals like that, and again, I promise you this is true. When I react to it, a lot of people say, it's not as good as it used to be. When a festival goes a long time, the people that went early will always say, it's not as good as it used to be. Have you heard that before? it's not a reflection on the festival, it's a reflection on how people are. If you went early to any festival, and then that festival continues for a long period of time, the early goers, not as good as it used to be. So I get those comments when I react to Glastonbury. You what? It's just true at any festival. I'm going to do the Fringe Festival soon up in Scotland. Uh, anyway, Burnham on the Sea in the Sedgemoor area. Is this so much of... Is this cool? It just stands out on the map. I do see Minehead over in West Somerset, and that must be where Dunster Castle is. I also see Wick, Kingsbridge, all in West Somerset. Now I do see Taunton Deane as a region, and Deane, doesn't that mean it's like green or something? I can't remember what that means. Is it beautiful in Taunton Deane? So you said you have a village called Burnham just a few miles there from Essex. Okay. And it's nice. Should I look up? Oh, but it's not Burnham on the Sea. Right, Burnham on the Sea is nice, Terry says. Yeah, some of these, just like here, we have lots of different places with the same name. I see Wales, W-A-L-E-S, a city in South Somerset. So, yeah, Burnham on the Sea, it's in Minehead, both are kind of accented. But maybe Taunton, the area, Wellington, the city there, or the city of Taunton, which I know is the council city or the headquarters city. I don't know. How nice is that area? I really don't know. Now, I have reacted to, like I looked up, famous foods, because I'm always interested. Maybe there's a food from the region that I should make or try. And it's like cheddar cheese and hard cider. That's your famous foods. Wales is next to Cheddar, right? I have seen Cheddar Gorge. I could react just to the city of Cheddar or the area of Cheddar. Yeah, Wales is nice. And I have reacted to the cider and the cheese. I've reacted to all those things in Somerset. But what am I missing in Somerset? That's what I want to know. Of course, I have several Bath reactions. Bath and York coming into this are my two favorite cities. I always fantasized about York and Bath. So I have done a lot of Bath. And see, notice, I've done a lot of York in that area. They were my favorites starting out, before I started this channel. I mean York for the history, right? Obviously. And Bath because Jane Austen. And the history. But I love Jane Austen. And I knew about her Bath connection. So, yeah, what else am I missing? That's the map I kind of just looked over. So you just remember you stayed in a village called Street when you were there. I didn't see that on the map. But I do have an article, so that was just me looking at the map right then. A lot of times that's how I start to decide what to react to in a region, is maps. But I also have an article here about the whole region of Somerset, how it's, it's bordered by Bristol Channel, Bristol and Gloucestershire in the north, Wiltshire to the east, Dorset to the southeast, Devon to the southwest. The largest settlement is the city of Bath. Do you love Bath, Terry? You'll take some pictures, yes, post them. I love Bath. Originally, I wanted to stay in Bath and York when I come, but I think I've switched my idea to York and Bristol because I kind of like Bristol now that I've seen it a few times. I think it's a fun city. It looks fun. and it's near enough to Bath that I can go see Bath from Bristol, right? That's what I'm thinking. Sometimes I change my mind though. But okay, so that's where it's located. The largest city is Bath. The population is just over 1 million. For the whole county. It says it's dominated by the levels of coastal plain and wetland. The northeast contains parts of the Cotswolds, which I've reacted to. Uplands and all of the Mendip Hills, which are both national landscapes. Oh yeah, Exmoor. I wanted to talk about Exmoor. How nice is Exmoor? Have any of you been? Exmoor National Park, that's also in Somerset. And I have not reacted to Exmoor yet. What's it like? How good is it? Did you know that it comes from the Old English meaning the people living at or depending on summer? I also read that it means summer settlement. That's where it comes from. Your name. It was a shire of the Anglo-Saxon Kingdom of Wessex. I want to get to some more interesting stuff here. There's a lot of history, and I read all this. I love doing research like this. And the boundaries, I can see lots of pictures. It says that there's an extensive network of caves. Interesting. Including Wookey Hole. Is Wookey Hole something I should look up? Also underground rivers and gorges, including Cheddar Gorge and Ever Gorge. Many rivers. Yeah, what about that? Wookey Hole. Is that something I should find out about? It says the Somerset levels or moors, as they are less commonly but more correctly known. So you call them levels, but they're more correctly should be called moors. And it talks about the climate and all that stuff, but I want to get down to some of this other stuff I saw at the bottom of the article. It does talk about the economy, cider, apples, sheep grazing. Terry, you've been to Wookey Hole when you were 9, nice place, stunning caves. Maybe I should react to that. I'm interested. That sounds interesting. If people go there, it's probably cool. What about, is it Froome or Frome? I don't know how to say it, but should I check it? Oh, here it says street. Street developed as a center for the production of woolen slippers and later boots and shoes. You've been to Street, you said. Says you have some quarries there. I'm gonna get further down, but okay, here's what I want to talk about. I mean, the industries and the economy and all that's somewhat interesting, but places I like. And here it says, in Arthurian legend, Avalon became associated with Glastonbury Tor when monks at Glastonbury Abbey claimed to have discovered the bones of King Arthur. Maybe I should get into reacting to something about that at Glastonbury rather than just the festival, right? I like that idea. The monks found the bones of King Arthur. That catches my eye a little bit. Here's some religious sites: Woodspring Priory and Mulkenay, I don't know how to say that, Abbey, Diocese of Bath and Wells, Abbots Lee, Bath Abbey, Washford Stratton on the Foss, Downside Abbey, I don't know. From like Broom? Okay, I thought so. From, was I saying From? Ethan Frome is a novel by Edith Wharton that I like. But It's not spelled that way. I think it's got two O's. So Froome. I don't know. That might confuse me, but is it nice? Froome. There's a Bath Literature Festival, it says. These are things that caught my eye when I was doing my research. There's a Froome Festival. Trowbridge Village Pump Festival. What the heck is that? Huh. Yeah, I like to know, of course, several museums, the Jane Austen Center, Museum of Bath Architecture, Claverton Pumping Station, Dunster Working Water Mill, Fleet Air Arm Museum at Yeovilton, the Helicopter Museum in Weston-super-Mare. You ever been there? Nunney Castle. Just some of the museums. Because I like to know where these things are, right? You've not been to Froome, but have you heard about Froome? You've been up Glastonbury Tor Suit? It says Bath Rugby play at the recreation ground in Bath. Oh, there's a... Can I see that? I don't know if I can see it. There's your flag. Apparently that little fella used to hold a mace, but for the flag they took the mace out of its hand. You been to the helicopter museum? It caught my eye. I was like, whoa, helicopter museum in Supermare. Okay, there's some other stuff that caught my eye at the end of this article. How long have I been going? Okay. Where is it? Okay, here. Sorry, I gotta flip around a little bit. How was the helicopter museum? Was it good? Okay, these are just list of tourist attractions in Somerset. I'll read some of these that catch my eye. Well, the Bristol Channel Museum, Cheddar Gorge. These are just tourist places. Clifton Suspension Bridge, Dunster Castle. I'm gonna click on that. Okay. All right. I see Dunster Castle. I don't know if you can see. You been there, Sue? That looks nice. It does say it's in Dunster, Somerset. Oh, that does look nice. Okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Exmoor? Yeah, you didn't tell me. Is Exmoor a nice national park? Does anyone know? Wookey Hole Caves. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Either it could be Wookey Hole, I don't know. Southwest Coast Path. Is that just a nice hiking trail maybe? I'll look that up. Because I do like stuff like that. The River Avon goes through there. Someone mentioned in the other article, it's mentioned Muchelany Abbey. I wish I knew how to say that. You've not been to Exmoor? Have you heard about it? Is it like lush and green? I can look it up. Or is it coastal? I think it's on the coast, but it goes inland a little bit. Mokelny Abbey? Gosh, I don't know how to say that. It looks nice, though. It's an old abbey with all land and possessions was surrendered by the monks to Henry VIII in the course of the dissolution of monasteries. Okay, the main buildings of the abbey were then demolished, although some of the floor tiles were relaid. Interesting. That's what they're talking about. So they kind of relayed the foundational area. I don't know. All right. So I did have a bunch of information about Yeovil, but Ben is not here. But Ben is from Yeovil. Let's see where it's at. Looks pretty nice. That's where Ben lives. Maybe that's Ben in the picture. Oh, they have the Exmoor ponies, Sue. Oh, they are. I think I saw those. Probably in one of my Somerset reactions. I think I saw those. Definitely saw ponies. I've seen ponies in a couple of them, but I think the Exmoor ponies I saw specifically. Interesting. See, I'm glad you told me that. Anyway, I had a bunch of information that probably was going to fill out. Tell you you've been to Dartmoor National Park, and that's nice, and that's in Somerset. Dartmoor National Park. I only saw Exmoor on the map. But yeah, stuff I was going to talk about. Maybe Ben will watch this back in the replay, because I did find some interesting information about Yeovil. Also, he's like, it's a small town. I don't think it's that small. Again, I grew up in really small towns, but it says that the population, I think I wrote it down somewhere, but now I've lost it. What's the population? It's 50,000 people. It's like I live in a small town. 50,000 people, that's not small. Compared to 2,000 people where I grew up. I lived in a city. I was in Devon, Dartmoor. I once lived in a city that had 1,600 people. Ben's like, I live in a small place. 50,000 people, are you crazy? That's not small to me. So Ben, stop saying you live in a small place. I guess that's small to you folks. And I guess the differentiation is city. We call everything a city, whereas you wouldn't call a place that has 1,600 people in it a city. But some of the stuff that caught my eye, notable people from Yeovil, was an early American settler and co-founder with Roger Williams and 11 others of Providence, Rhode Island. So someone from Yeovil, Somerset, Stukely Westcott, from the 17th century settled in America and co-founded the city of Providence, Rhode Island, with Roger Williams and 11 others in 1636. So Yeovil got over here in Providence, Rhode Island. Good on you folks, Ben. But your favorite population is 1, and that's me in a country college in the middle of nowhere. I mean, we have places that are, we call cities that have like 10 people. Like 10, it's like one family. The whole city like left. But see, we'll still, so maybe it was a larger city at one point. Economy went bad, and family stayed, and the population is 10. But they have a post office. So that means they're a city. That's how we determine that. If there's a post office, then it's a city. So we have cities that have like 10 people. Other notable peoples from Yeovil, in case Ben gets to watch in the replay. Allison Adbergum, social historian and fashion journalist. Never heard of it. Sports people include Luton Town defender Martin Craney, Olympic pentathlete Sam Will, former professional goalkeeper Chris Will, his brother, Heather Standing, a gold medalist rower in the Olympic Games, born in Yeovil, and a few other people. And in popular culture, Yeovil is known in Thomas Hardy's Wessex as Ivell. It is also one of three main locations in John Cowper Poist's 1929 novel Wolfe Solent. Local band the Chesterfields released a single called Last Train to Yeovil. A pop band Bubblegum Splash song called 1810 to Yeovil Junction. The folk band Show of Hands wrote a song called Yeovil Town about violence and crime they experienced after playing a small gig in Yeovil. Oops, sorry about that last part. But that's some pop culture references from the town. And I did learn that their football team is called the Glovers because it was once a place where a lot of leather gloves were made, and that they have a big heritage in, I wrote this down, in aviation. And then they have this really cool St. John's Church in Yeovil. I don't know, the sun's starting to get weird, but can you see that? The glare's bad, maybe. St. John's Church. John Cleese from Somerset Western Superman. I think I heard that maybe. Someone told me that in the comments, maybe. I think so. So I just messed with my chat, making sure it's all on. And that's a little bit about Yeovil. That's pretty much coming to the end of my live stream. I'll continue to look up stuff about Somerset as I continue to react, but, you know, from Exmoor National Park, Dunster Castle, some of the other stuff I mentioned there. Of course, there'll always be Bath and York reactions coming to my channel as I try to find new things that interest me about those places. We'll be doing a Bristol one coming out probably this week as well. Another reaction to Bristol, even though it's just nearby. Somerset. Some of my ideas about that area. What do you think? Sue, if you're still there, should I do Yorkshire tomorrow, or North or South Yorkshire? If you're still there, let me know. I might do that tomorrow. I mean, even if you're not there, you can watch it back in the replay. But it is an area that I'd like to keep researching about. And yes, good to see you, Terry. You have a good day. I don't know if Sue's still here. It says there's 3 people here, but oh, Sue is still here. If you do South Yorkshire, you're from Barnsley. Okay, it's a mining town, Barnsley. Okay. You gonna be here tomorrow, Sue? I think I'll do it tomorrow. If you get a chance, watch. If not, you can watch it in the live stream. But I think I'll do. I think I'll look up South Yorkshire and find out what I might be missing over there. But it's always fun for me. Sue and Terry, nice having you here. Bit of a small live stream, but I'm just enjoying my time off, being real relaxed. But good to talk to you both. I hope y'all have a good day. And I'll see you next time. Watch for the videos. I'll probably be releasing videos in the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. Like Westminster Abbey, probably the first one I put out. So yeah, it's up to you, Sue. If you don't get a chance, you don't hurt my feelings, but you can watch it in the live stream replay anytime you want. See what I learned about Barnsley. I'll look it up. But yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you're not working too hard or doing anything that's difficult. But Wayne from Dallas, Texas, signing off.